It took me a while to decide on buying a tree, and I finally purchased a tree online. My very first time buying a tree online. It pleased both my husband and I because he wanted a flowering tree. So I got one from fastgrowingtrees.com. Here we are on the day that the tree arrived. My husband's gonna help me so that we can unbox it. It came in a pretty large box, longer than 7 feet, right? Would you say, Julian? Okay, so we're gonna open it up so you can see. I purchased the largest tree that I could find because I wanted to get that initial growth going and be able to enjoy the tree right away. So I paid a little bit more, also had to pay a little bit of a premium for the shipping, not very much money to be honest. So that's a great thing. You do have the option of a warranty for a year. So they do, it's not even that much either. You can protect it for 1 year, and whatever happens, they will give you a credit so that you can get something else. Everything about the shopping experience itself was pretty seamless. This is not a sponsored video. We purchased this tree with our own money, and fastgrowingtrees.com does not know that we are making this review. Let's look at this paperwork. What does that say? Only 2 pieces of paper came, the invoice, nothing on there really, not even the price. Because everything, I actually got 3 emails. 1 email saying that it had shipped out, another email saying it was on its way, tracking information, and 3rd email was when I actually knew that it was delivered. I actually got an email, and then I went to check at the door that it was already there. The other thing that I got in the mail, this little piece of paper, actually has some information about how to plant either outdoors, or if you've got an indoor tree or plant, how to plant outdoors or indoors, and some coupons. But other than that, it doesn't give you that much more information. So this is how it comes, pretty much the length of the box. Here's the root ball, and we'll have to open this up. Oh my gosh. Autumn cherry tree. And I'm going to have to explain to you some things, but I am in the South, so I may have to take special care of this tree. Oh my goodness, it is a great size. I mean, definitely closer to 7 feet, wouldn't you say? Let's measure it. So it did measure 7.5 in the box. That means that when you plant it in the ground, it's closer to 6.5, which is right as promised. And here I am planting it. You just want to make your hole wider, twice as wide as the root ball, and you want to, make it just as deep as the root ball. Anytime that I plant something, I will use something like a quick start. So this is a planting and transplant starting solution. You can get this in liquid form or granular form. Either one's okay, and the brand doesn't really matter. You want to water it in and make sure all the air bubbles are out. But here it is, completely planted, and I would say it looks very healthy. This is considered a fast-growing tree because it said it grows about 1 to 2 feet per year. So it'll be exciting to see how that goes, and I may have to trim on the right side where it goes towards my neighbor's side. I may end up having to trim some of those limbs, but shouldn't be a big deal. It's been planted for a couple of days now. I want you to see it from a different vantage point. So I'm actually looking at it from the back part, and so that's the house, and here is the Chinese pistache, which, by the way, if you haven't seen this video about the Chinese pistache, this is another awesome tree that you cannot miss, because these 2 trees in the fall are going to have a big show. The Chinese pistache is going to have a reddish tone, and then the autumn cherry tree is going to flower. So this should be like in between pink and then turn white flowers, and they're going to be spectacular in the fall. So right here, this is going to be an incredible spot that should just look awesome, and we can see it from the porch, we can see it from inside the house, and that's exactly why I picked this location. I am sitting here in my porch, and you can see, I can see both the autumn cherry tree right there. There's a lemon tree, a cherry tree, and I can see the Chinese pistache. So from this porch area, which we sit at all the time, we will be able to enjoy both of these trees in the fall. And in the spring, we are going to see the Chinese pistache just starting to have some of its leaves come in, but the autumn cherry tree is going to actually bloom. So that's going to show us that spring is coming. So this tree is awesome because it gets to flower 2 times per year, not once, but 2 times per year. It is also one of the fastest growing cherry trees that I could choose from, that I could probably try in my area. So I did talk to a nursery owner who warned me about the possibility of my cherry tree getting borers. So there are these insects that get inside of the trunk and could possibly damage the trunk way before I get to see the signs. Hey, listen, this seems to be an issue in my coastal area because we have a lot of waterways. We are off the East Coast, but this may not apply to you. Everything about the description of the tree online did work for me, but because I am on the coast, I have a slightly different variation even on my own zone. So somebody in 8B that is not off the coast is different than my zone. So he said, look, for you in a coastal area, this tree, the cherry tree, might turn out to be a high maintenance tree. All I'm going to tell you is if you really want to keep it alive, make sure that you pre-treat it for borers. This is how you spell borers. If you want to Google this information, you can find all of this online. And then also I looked up how to get rid of borers or how to prevent them. And these are the insecticides I came up with, which is carbaryl and pyrethroid, and then also bifenthrin or permethrin. I went to Pike's Nursery in Atlanta, so I live about 4 hours from Atlanta. And when I was out there visiting one day, they told me that maybe I could try this product. I am not endorsing this product by any means, but it promises to help me with the prevention of the borers. I didn't know about this before I purchased it. Had I known, maybe I would have reconsidered buying a high-risk tree. But because I've already invested $150 into this tree is gonna make it. This tree is going to be treated, and this tree is going to be taken care of. You know, as I'm making this video and I'm editing and all this stuff, I'm thinking to myself, I did not purchase the warranty thinking I know how to take care of trees. I have a YouTube channel on the whole thing. Oh gosh, right? And now I'm like, dang it, I should have bought the warranty because I didn't know I was going to have borers, or that could have been a possibility in my area, or maybe there's something else in my area that I don't know about. This is for you to learn. Get the warranty if you are unsure. If you're super familiar with your plant and you've done this thousands of times before, well, whatever, you know. But if you don't know anything about this plant, this is new to you, you're kind of like going a little bit beyond your zone, like you're kind of risking something, get the warranty. I think that is a good advice. I don't know if I can call the company and ask them what they think about this whole borer situation, if they've heard about it, if they know anything. And it'd be interesting to know what kind of information they have. It is probably very difficult to know everything about every plant in every zone. And so I can't imagine that a company that sells this many trees for so many different zones could possibly know everything, but it might be worth my time actually to find out what they say. Let me think about that. If I do call them, I will post that information also in the description. And if anyone else has called them about something that's happened or any experience you've had with fast growing trees, I would like to know, because it's good research, right? I mean, I'm hyping them up, so I'd like to know if they are all the hype. Like I said, I have nothing but great things to say about this company, and I would recommend them to this point. There is zero failure from their behalf, and everything is quality. You can see that tree is doing great. It arrived great, and it's still doing great. So we're on good terms here. For fun, I wanted to share these plants. So here is a mock-up of what the tree will look like when it grows on the corner. But then if you notice on the side, I've added these holly trees because there is a window that belongs to my lovely neighbor. And of course, I would like a little bit more privacy. So what I thought is, because I already have some trees on the corner, etc., maybe some hollies that are upright and kind of cylindrical with some hydrangeas would really be lovely and wouldn't feel so invasive. It's more like a hedge. If I decide to go for this, I'm sure I will let you know all about it. And that is a wrap for this video. So I make a lot of videos about gardening, but remember that I also make videos about indoor stuff like painting and woodworking and all kinds of stuff for your home. Because remember guys, you can create bliss at home and in the garden. See you next time.